So we are going to make something real quick for dinner. And it's just, like get whatever you got. Oop. Okay, we'll leave that one on the floor. Basically, it's just see what you've got in the fridge. Take the skin off. I saw one time on this TV show, this actor was saying that he leaves the skin off his onions or his soup because that's where he believes all the flavor is. And I did do that once. Dude, it was a pain in the ass to get it out. So I had one onion, that's all I had left. I'm not going to use the whole onion. I have some broccoli that I'm going to use. And I'm just going to use the heads. Or the crowns, whatever. That bushy looking stuff. Yeah, I'm going to use the broccoli bush. Another reason I'm going to use the broccoli bush is because my husband and I have been juicing, and we use the broccoli stems in the juice. It's actually pretty good. I would show y'all how we do that, but it's pretty loud. So, I'm not going to show you. But you just cut up, whatever you've got in the fridge that you like, that you think you'd like to have in this, put it in it. Okay, so I'm gonna first I'm gonna cut up my vegetables. What else have we got? Let's see. A zucchini, which also goes into our juices, but since we haven't been juicing for the last 2 weeks, I don't want it to go bad. Thus, we are making this soup. Now wash this off. I don't think you can see me washing it off, which is fine. The sink is full of dishes, as you can probably hear. And just real quick, something else I'm going to do is in this crock pot, or this rice pot. I use my rice pot as a crock pot. Why? Because it works. I have some leftover sausage, ground up sausage from earlier this past week. That is not bad, but I don't want to give it the chance to go bad. So I just turn the crock pot on. Put it on whatever you need to put it on so that it's hot, because I'm going to start stirring up that sausage in a moment. How to cut up. Man, I hope y'all can't see that. See, I'll move this over a little bit more. Yeah, I like that better. Just cut it up. Something else we do in the rice pot is I make a vegetable soup which is really good. Winter or summer or spring or fall. So you can say it's a year-round good soup. What I'm making today is kind of like a stir-fry, but not. Something I remember my grandmother Haynes doing, or telling me, and my mama, is, don't throw it out. If it's in the fridge, don't throw it out, man. Use it. Of course, they didn't mean if it was rotten or the vegetables were all squishy. They didn't use those. I'm not making this on top of the stove because I think it's going to be too much for the pan. And I really did not want to have to dirty up a pan and then pour it into a rice cooker anyway. So I'm just going to start with the rice cooker. Oh God, this stuff is so good. It really is. That's the stuff I got off because I'm not going to throw the whole thing away because of one spot. You'd say it's poor folks' food. I just call it food. Get whatever's in the fridge out, don't waste it. Unless you don't like it. If you don't like it, then don't buy it next time or don't make it next time. If you have a dog and there's no tomatoes in it, give it to your dogs. If you have a neighbor that you're mad at, don't give it to them either. Those tempting. And if there's not something you can do to save it, just get rid of it. Because if you're not going to eat it, you're not going to eat it. And I know some people don't have enough food. And they have to go hungry, or they do go hungry. It's a shame, isn't it? Maybe just use your imagination. You can put anything together and it's going to be good. See, sometimes the vegetable soup, I'll start it with the sausage. Actually, that's what happened to the other half of the sausage. I made the vegetable soup last week. The other thing I like to do, maybe I'll show you next time, is I'll put a whole chicken in here and just cook it till it falls off the bones, and I wash my hands and I reach them down in there and I get all the bones out and all the little funky stuff that you're going to choke on, pull them out. Don't give those to the dogs because cooked bones are brittle and your dogs, it can hurt them. It can poke holes in their intestines and throat and gums. And if you love your dogs, you're not going to do that. But yeah, with the chicken, it's just like, then I pull all the meat off and we do different things with it. But the main thing is we make another soup. So I just throw them in there, man. If this was in the skillet, I'd be throwing them in the skillet. Feels like I need some. There's some celery there, but I don't know. Maybe I will put some celery in it. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. Something else my grandmother taught me is when you come in the kitchen, wash your hands. And always be washing your hands. And I don't consider this cross-contamination because it's going to get all cooked. Everything I touch right here is going to get cooked. So don't be a prissy butt and say, she cross-contaminated her food. I did. Uh-oh. Now, this rice pot is pretty old. It's got a couple of dents on it. You can tell it's well worn. But still works. Yeah. Still works. Why on earth would you get rid of it, right? Starting to doubt that broccoli. I don't know if I want to really put that broccoli in there or not. Oh, just a little side note. I used to have long fingernails, but I cut them all off because I didn't think you guys would want to see my blue nails. My husband does my hair for me, and yes, it's blue. He does a great job. And I, in my infinite wisdom, last week, decided that I didn't need to put gloves on to rinse it out, you know. It is pretty bad. And you know what? I cut up the leaves. Because my thinking is, why not? It's part of the celery, right? And don't worry, I wiped everything down. I use bleach water to wipe the counters down. Now, that's going to have a lot of good flavor. I'm going to go ahead and put the celery in there. Let that sausage flavor kind of mingle up with that celery and onion. Let it all blend. Wash my hands. Grandmother also taught me how to make biscuits. Oh my God. She really made the best biscuits. They were perfect looking, you know, like perfectly round, but she did not use a cup or a biscuit cutter or anything like that on her biscuits. She told me that her job when she was a little girl was to, you know, everybody had a job in the house, and hers was to make the biscuits. She'd been making the biscuits since she was like 7 years old. So she knew how to do it. She did show me how to roll them in your hand so that they're perfectly round. It's like you roll. I'd have to use your thumbs. That was a big thing. You had to use your thumbs to get them the perfect size. I would show you, maybe I'll practice, because the first time I make biscuits, every time, not so good. It's the second time that they're better. That they actually look like biscuits that you might want to eat. You know, I have no idea how this is going to turn out since I'm cooking it in the rice cooker. Because the heat's not up high like I want it. Oh, because it just turned itself off. Okay. Let's That's what all that beep, beep, beep was about. Again, it's an old rice cooker. I keep calling it a crock pot because that's what I call it, because that's how I use it. Every now and then I'll cook rice in it. But we make so much soup and like beans, dried beans. Oh my God, dried beans are so good. Oh Lord have mercy, dried beans are awesome. No, I don't need some, but I do look at it. You know, I haven't gotten any in a long time that had like gravel in it or dirt. What I do is I just put the beans in and with the water and let them go for all day. And oh my God, they're cooked up so good. Then I pour most of the water out, except for like that thick gravy kind of like stuff that the beans make. And, you know, then I'll add the stuff for the soup, unless we're going to do rice and beans. Rice and beans is good too. See this broccoli? I have changed my mind about the broccoli. So I'm going to put the broccoli in a bag. L bag. I think this bag had ice in it. I take my own ice to work because with the pandemic and stuff, I don't want to go over to the canteen. I'm just limiting my exposure to others. Even though we all have to wear masks. Still. I get hay fever. Oh, I have hay fever. I don't know that you get it. I don't know that it's something you catch. Now these are the other two things we're going to put in here. Oh, and the noodles. This looks pretty good just like this. I don't know. Maybe we will make a soup out of it. I don't have any canned tomatoes. I'm going to put some up this year. But I don't have any yet, so when I use tomatoes, I use the kind we get out of a can. Thus the name canned tomatoes. I'm going to pause this and go ask my husband if he wants the noodles or the tomatoes. Okay. Got 4 apples here. These are the apples. These are the same kind that I used in the apples and onions. I'm going to cut them up, I think, for dessert. When we're all finished. God, if you could smell this. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes. This is what I'm putting in there. I asked the husband, and he said noodles. I like it when you make it with the noodles. I break them up because I do not like having to try and get them, you know, in my mouth. Because they go all over my shirt, my cheek, up in my hair. It's a pitiful sight. Throw them in. No. I don't know if you can see that. No MSG. No added MSG. I don't know if that means there's already MSG in it and they're just getting adding more. Because it doesn't say no MSG. So if you're sensitive to MSG, you probably don't eat these anyway. This is pretty much the only way we eat it in this kind of soup. Because I think maybe we've all had that experience where this is all you could eat. What is it, like 22 cents, 23 cents in the store now? Ah! Oh. Gotta excited that I didn't want that in there. It could probably take 2 more. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go get 2 more. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went out to the garage, got 2 more of these packs. So, the dog's in the kitchen. Can't see her, but there she goes. That looks pretty good. Okay, usually when I make this in the pan, I'll just put these in it. A pack of this. That was sausage. I'll usually put a pack of this stuff in it. But I had the squash that I wanted to use up today before they went bad, and the onion. So put the onion and the squash instead. We don't need this. That's going to be too much. But something else we are going to put in later are these mushrooms. I can't say the word right. Cranini. So when it starts with C. I love these because they have a good flavor to them. A really good flavor. So, get me some water and put it in there. Y'all can just watch it cooking while I'm getting some water out of the fridge. I don't know if you can see the dog's head. She's over there eating a little bit, fell on the floor. So, actually, I think first, I don't use all of these. I just use some to give it some flavor. But I think it's going to have lots of flavor with the onions in there. All those vegetables. I'm just going to put 2 in there, and that's 4 packs of the noodles. Just going to put 2 of these in there because I don't want a whole lot in there, just some. And then, you know, put hot sauce in it, put chili flakes, pepper flakes, red pepper flakes, whatever you want. I don't put salt and pepper in my food when I'm cooking because, like this stuff, it's got salt and pepper in it or something. You know, it's got sodium already. So I just put some water in it, not a lot, because I don't want it real, you know, soupy like. See, I don't know, can you see that little bit of water down in there, that little bit of juice. Maybe, oh, maybe you can see it that way. See? That's about all it needs. Because you know what? Your vegetables are going to sweat. They're going to release moisture. I'm going to put some of these onions in there now. Oh, onions. Yeah, these are new kinds of onions. They look like mushrooms and they taste like mushrooms. Yep. I don't like that one. Gotta leave some mushrooms for the eggs I'm gonna make for breakfast tomorrow. Oh, something else I found. Instead of using the pan for making, scrambled up eggs, just put them in a pot. Close this up now. We're going to let it cook for a while. Hopefully this thing will still be recording so I can show you what it looks like. If it doesn't, like if it stops, because I don't know how to work this stuff. If it stops, I'll just do another one about how it turns out. See y'all in about 20 minutes. Okay, so it's been cooking for a little while. And it didn't get up to a real high heat like it would have in the skillet. That's okay. Oh, that's good. And now just, add what you like or what you want to it. If I ever do this in the crock pot again or in the rice pot, I'm going to put shredded chicken in it. Or maybe next time I have some chicken and I'm not going to use it all, I'll just put it in it. And it'll be really good. So just remember, this is kind of like, use up whatever you've got in your fridge or in your pantry. Cut down on the amount of going out and being around other people right now. Stay safe, stay healthy, all that good stuff. Bye.